Peace and love, truth, light, honesty, unity, family. Did I say truth? Alright. So, as you know, the judgment is here. And there's so much going on that it is getting hard to keep up. You know, I'm not talking about the whole Trump stuff. Don't worry about it. The stuff he's doing, he's gonna pay. And I understand that people are getting moved from our fatherland. I don't like how it's happening, but again, I really am trying not to have any feelings about this, because I'm not trying to get emotionally involved with this. We're not here to fix this place. We're here to go forward and get rid of all this shit that ain't supposed to be. Period. Which is the virus. But we ain't got to talk too much about that. But their judgment is definitely here, and there's so much going on that this is really getting super crazy. And I know it's us. It's because of us. I know all that. But just watch this. And look at this map.
So much new warning on millions in 11 states told to stay inside. New tsunami alerts after a powerful 7.3 magnitude, and experts are saying it's not over. And all at the same time as volcanoes starting to get a little bit more active and losing their minds, they say. Weather in general, right? All these floods not letting up. The Gulf Coast braces for flooding as tropical system approaches fast. More warnings, another 30 million Americans in harm's way as dangerous storm barrels its way through multiple states this weekend. Buckle up, folks. See that guy down at the bottom, a 6-foot man? That puts it in perspective of what these floods look like coming through these areas. Some people are saying, is it man-made? Well, clearly, right here, Floridans will be banned from controlling the weather next week. I'm telling you, it's getting crazy, folks. And that's not all. We've got your health insurance premiums about to go up 15%. And of course, again, FDA sounds the alarm to 2 new foodborne outbreaks sweeping the U.S. And top that off, a flesh-eating bacteria alert also in Florida. So much crazy stuff going on that affects you that you guys need to know about coming right up.
Hey guys, my name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead. And if you're brand new, you're welcome. If you guys are in the emergency preparedness, and most important news and awareness that affects you, be sure to start this video off with a like, hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. And let's begin. Welcome back, folks. Thanks for starting this off with a like. You guys appreciate being up to date, getting the awareness that you need to know. And if you can, down in the comments.
Now, this guy's a news guy and a prepper guy, so just pay attention to the news. He's only giving you the news that they not giving you.
Tell me what state
you're running from. Now, I don't even know where to start, so I'm just going to go through this whole list that I put together. And you guys hang tight because there's a lot of different stuff that I'm going to cover that you probably want to know about. First and foremost, this weekend's big warning, and I'm talking about millions. Millions in 11 states told to stay inside. This is just one warning of a couple that I can tell you about. This one's heat-related warnings from National Weather Service, NWS, were in effect for parts for 11 states on Friday, which officials are advising residents in the affected areas to keep out of the sun as hot temperatures and high humidity could trigger a heat illness.
Now, before I go any further, he said something about food recalls and stuff like that. I know a lot of meats they're doing stuff to, and they're doing stuff to the fruit and vegetables too, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's why I've been telling y'all to do what I've been telling y'all to do, to kill those things so that they don't be in you and all that stuff. And the nanotech they sticking and stuff won't be in you and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. Hey, you ain't gotta listen to me. Hell, what the hell do I know? But if you know which particular, I'm gonna tell you what I stay away from. I don't eat. Listen, I try to stay from meat. Period. To be honest with you. To be dead honest with you, I try my best to stay from any type of meat. I'd rather eat pizza 4 or 5 days a week if I could, and I don't even want to do that because of the dairy product. And I'm lactose. I can't even really, you know what I'm saying? So it come down to me half time eating bread and rice. I eat rice. I like rice. But if you are gonna eat meat, I know you definitely shouldn't go to no ground beef. You don't go to anything ground beef. I stay away from like hot dogs definitely. I know what I think you might want to stop. Don't even mess with sausages. I really feel like any ground meat. Period. I also feel like chicken. I've been dodging chicken left and I don't want nothing to do with chicken. I've been trying to avoid the chicken like the plague. You know what I'm saying? Even eggs now, like if you crack an egg, you can see the thing in it, you can take it out, but why would you want to go through that? Like, I'm just, grits and fucking toast. Grits and this is crazy. And they probably doing something to that. You know what I'm saying? So I still got to keep doing what I told y'all to do, just to make sure none of that stuff is in me. Like, and it's sad. Like, I thought about doing it again tonight. I only do it once a week. I might go ahead and do it again tonight, just because of that. I mean, it's crazy. So, what are those meat products that they did something to besides anything I mentioned? If you know something about it, be about it and put it on there in the comments so that other folks can scroll down later on and they can read it so they can stay away from those particular meats. If I was y'all, I wouldn't eat no meat. I'm trying to stay from meat as much as possible. Like, other countries don't even eat meat. Like, well, correction, some countries don't even eat meat all like that. There are countries that eat a lot of meat, but there are some countries that don't even eat meat like that. All right, and they don't even talk about that shit. But yeah.
I already know some of you guys are like, you know what to do. You know what to do. Well, CDC thinks they need to be coming out and saying, hey guys, extreme heat can lead to heat-related illnesses, especially in older adults, young children, and those with chronic medical conditions. So be on the lookout for heavy sweating.
They're gonna say, because it's heating up, which of course we're doing, but they're gonna sit up there and have the nerve to say, these guys are so funny. They're gonna tell you it's health issues, but it's not. The fact is, if you got those particles, those things in you, those what do homeboy call them? Those metals. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. Inside of you, because you did what they wanted you to do. And you lined up and shit. You know, hey man, this is why they're dying.
Muscle cramps, dizziness, nausea. The CDC says more than 700 people don't make it each year in the U.S. because of extreme heat. So, just so you know, the heat's coming in those states. Take one more look at that map. But I think what people need to be more worried about is these storms and these floods that are relentless this year, right? With a lot of speculation. We'll get to some of that here in a minute. But right here, yet again, the Gulf Coast braces for flooding as tropical system approaches. So anyway, what you need to know is Gulf Coast braces for flooding as tropical system approaches. AccuWeather lead hurricane expert Alex Da Silva said, we're increasingly concerned about the risk of flooding through the weekend as moisture from this tropical rainstorm surges northward. Let's see what they have to say real quick.
2025 hurricane season is right on our doorstep. Now is the time for communities all across the United States, all across the Atlantic Basin, East Pacific Basin to prepare and get ready for what is expected to be a busy hurricane season. NOAA's seasonal forecast came out last week with 60% chance of above normal activity across the Atlantic Basin.
What they're saying is this is going to be a busy year regarding hurricane and storms. According to the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, look guys, we're not out of the woods because the NOAA already has mapped out 13 to 19 named storms that we're yet to see. Don't we love how they always know exactly how many we're going to see? Looking at what we've already dealt with floods, I don't think this is going to turn out very good because they're saying 3.
Now, I do think that they're causing some of this stuff, but I think also some of it's getting a little out of hand more than what they thought, and some of these stuff they not controlling. But I do think there are some of these that they are controlling. Just listen. I done research. I'm just gonna leave it at that. HARP, you can go further than that, and CERN. There's a lot of stuff that plays a role in this.
To 5 of those
will become possibly huge hurricanes. And what are they saying? People start prepping now. Especially those across the Atlantic Basin and the East Pacific Basin. So that was in 30 states, right? Now we've got this headline, 30 million Americans in harm's way as dangerous storm barrels its way through multiple states this weekend. Look, I hope you guys are prepping in terms of emergency preparedness, power outages, wet and cold, all of that. It says dangerous weather patterns throughout the United States are expected to continue this weekend as over 30 million Americans have the potential to be under flash flood warnings. Go figure. Now listen, flash floods. We've all known about storms in the past.
But would you guys all agree?
Put it down in the comments if you agree or disagree. Is this a whole new thing that we're dealing with? Flood levels, like.
Also, we're starting to see, like, honestly, I could really feel like the foreign ones use these people for what they were used for, and now that they don't need them, they're just trying to get rid of them. That's what it really seems like, y'all.
10 times the size of a man, and not just one, but multiple areas. Like that's the thing that's happening. It's huge, crazy floods affecting towns, neighborhoods, and areas. And it seems like they're, bigger than a house. That's what we're talking about. The meteorologists have warned that an increase in tropical moisture over the weekend could bring dangerous flash flooding from the Gulf Coast to the Ohio River. The latest models of the storm system dubbed Invest 93L. Not sure what that means. I'm guessing back. So they're moving away from the East Coast, headed towards the Gulf Coast, and reaching Arkansas by Saturday, despite the system not strengthening enough to become named a storm. Forecasters from AccuWeather say that the storm is now tracking towards Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. And guys, this comes after a chilling map revealed by the U.S. cities that will be underwater within 25 years. Have you guys seen that map? Right here in this article says chilling map shows U.S. cities that will be underwater by 2050 due to rising sea levels. And here's the map. They're calling it a terrifying map that shows several U.S. cities could be underwater by 2050 if sea levels continue to rise at the rates of 2 mm and 4 mm due to climate change. Yeah, you know what that means for like Miami area and down in Florida? Here's a map of that one. This is all kind of unnerving. They're saying it's not good news for New Jersey as well. Right here, check out that map. If you live in those areas, you might want to consider moving. Even New York's got a map of being below water level. This is not even a joke. This is what I'm talking about. They usually tell us what's going to happen. Now, it doesn't matter what you think. They tell us that something big's coming that you need to poke for. We all need to get it, and it can't. Tell us that there's going to be some floods after some big crazy one happened, and there was more floods. They're saying there's going to be another pandemic. I don't doubt that there will be. Now they're saying that certain parts of the U.S. is going to be underwater. Now they're giving us maps of all kinds of areas that are going to be underwater. You guys are going to need to let me know what you think down in the comments, because this is getting a little crazy. Some people say, well, they're controlling the weather. Other people say, nope, that's tinfoil hat ideas. For those people, there's articles out there already. Floridians will be banned from controlling the weather next week. This article just came out, folks. Right here it says, well, folks, it's official. Starting July 1st, modifying the weather in Florida is banned. That's right. No more amateur cloud whispering. No more budget Dr. Evils trying to tweak their thermostat and juice the humidity.
Do you really think they're going to stop doing it until they're forced to stop doing it?
The dream is dead. The dream is dead. Rest in peace, Florida's supervillain starter kit. This is what the article says. It says apparently for decades, Florida law actually required a license to modify the weather, which raises many questions like who was getting the license, and more importantly, who was out there cloud seeding with a public shopping bag and a bottle of Febreze. Who wrote this article? But now, thanks to Senate Bill 56, the state is officially banning all weather modification activities. If you were about to launch your homegrown chemtrail side hustle from your airboat, you're out of luck. It's now a $100,000 fine, which is what Disney charges for 2 adult tickets and a churro.
Look, it's coming out more and more that this is something.
So hold on. So I thought that the government was doing that, them with HOP and all that stuff. So of course it takes all that chemtrail and stuff to. So these guys are freaking paid contractors from the government, or paid by the government, which is, I guess, their side hustle. I didn't know that. I guess everybody learned something, right? That's something I didn't know. I know it was a side hustle for them, and they've been doing what the government want for probably a whole bunch of big chunk of change. So it probably became a little more than a side hustle. So now, at least in Florida, their job is gone. Hopefully, we'll see what happens with that. But we still got all these other places they haven't been banned at. They did be banned every place else too. And with a big hefty fine if they get caught, and a lifetime in jail.
that's been happening. Geoengineering, rainmaking, and it all. You guys have seen the lines in the sky, and it ain't no joke. Anyway, if you guys want to look that article up and read it yourself, it's not the only crazy thing happening right now. Alarming Alaska, tsunami warnings issued after a monster earthquake off the coast. I'm sure some of you guys have heard it. It was 50 miles off the south of Sandpoint, warning it could generate dangerous waves. But that's not all of it. Right here, another article: Monster Alaska earthquake rocks the state, sparks tsunami, and scientists warn it may not be over. And I want to show you guys this map. This is a lot of activity. It says, although the shaking was felt most intensely in southern Alaska, near the Aleutian subduction zone, the quake's energy gripped far beyond activity seismic sensors from the U.S. East Coast to Europe and parts of Asia. Here's another map of the final stages of the event between 39.36 and 64.94 seconds. The seismic waves reached the East Coast. I bring that up because there's just some weird weather things that are happening everywhere. Weird weather phenomena, like right here. This article: volcanoes are losing their minds right now. The Pacific Ring of Fire is basically throwing a global tantrum. 47 volcanoes are erupting at once. Flights are getting canceled, and entire villages are blanketed in ash. Indonesia, Japan, Philippines, all seeing wild volcanic and earthquake surges, and scientists are freaking out because the usual rules don't apply anymore. Even Mount Tambora, the OG disaster volcano, is rumbling again. This isn't just a blip. Something big is brewing under our feet, and no one knows what's next. That's an open invitation for you guys to tell me what you think down in the comments. I see stuff all the time regarding volcanoes, seismic activity, solar flares, earthquakes, and crazy storms. Do we think something's really brewing here? Are things getting worse? And what is man-made and what is not? Anyway, with all these crazy weather events, last year we did a lot of sales with these bad boys. Emergency sleeping bag to keep you alive. If you're cold, wet, and the thing is super tiny. I happen to know the owner, and he's giving us a really good discount. Link in the top of the description. For every order, they donate one of these to an emergency shelter, homeless shelter. So even if you
might be a good idea, guys, for those if you get stuck here. I don't know if we're gonna have to go even see the stuff that they're going through. We already seeing the stuff they're about. Well, they are going through it when we're here and we're seeing it. I know we got a job still we forgot to finish up, but if you can't see, if you really can't see that their time is up, that this is it, then I don't know what to tell you, because it's coming. It's already here. Peace and love. This is crazy.